Well, much to my dismay, the September 1st move-in date for many, many students and people living in the Boston market is quickly approaching. Here to talk to us about that and give us some great advice on that front is Arthur Deitch, broker, owner of Red Tree Real Estate. Arthur, thank you so much for being back on the show.
Thanks, pleasure as always.
So this infamous moving date of September 1st, where you say about 50% people leasing apartments are being handed their keys on this same day. What advice do you have for the landlords that are going through this?
Well, for the people who haven't put their properties on the market for rent, they are swimming in dangerous, dangerous water at this point. What happens with September 1st? First off, the city of Boston is absolutely crazy for having this date be the all-end-all date. But schools judge the character around the entire city. So there are so many universities that start around September 1st. It has just been this way for years. Landlords tend to purchase their properties and focus on a September 1st market. And what happens is if they're not rented by September 1st, the vacancy rate goes from around 5% in the city to triple for just a few months. It's quite wild. So they're stuck taking tenants who might not meet their qualifications, credit-wise, income-wise. They might have giant pets that they take. It basically leaves them vulnerable in less of a landlord's market and more of a tenant market. So the key to success is listing your apartment and making sure you play a little bit with honey and not vinegar. Don't stick necessarily to taking first, last, security deposit and relying on the tenant to pay that realty fee. That's 4 months of rent within 45 days of move-in. That's a lot of money for people to provide.
Sure, absolutely. And if you're talking about a lot of students as well, that's just a huge chunk of money. So what advice do you have now for tenants on the other side that are going through this move-in day?
Okay, so it's really important for everyone, all you tenants listening out there, everyone is having a difficult day on September 1st. If you're moving, it's not fun. It's stressful, naturally. So remember, your obligation to your lease is done August 31st at midnight, and you're moving in somewhere in the morning to mid-afternoon on September 1st. That gives you about 10 hours of time where you're completely homeless. Don't worry, you're not running around with a mattress on your shoulder for 10 hours, okay? There's certain things that happen naturally where you can sleep in the apartment in the morning, wake up early, get everything into your van and move forward. But remember one thing, things are not gonna act perfectly on that day. Traffic is gonna suck, your parents are gonna suck that day, everybody is gonna be willing to work with you. Now, there's an apartment condition statement that should be signed on or within 15 days of your move-in. If you have a punch list, if you need a cleaning, if you need a paint job in your apartment, don't completely freak out. Make sure that you live in the apartment for a day or two, actually get to know things about the apartment so you can make a complete list, so you can send one effective message to the landlord. Furthermore, I want to give a shout out to all the leasing agents out there who have been working their butts off for the last couple of months. We're advocates for the tenants, we're advocates for the landlord. So just remember, we are not the cleaning people. We're not the maintenance men. We're not plumbers. We're not electricians. We're here to do our best, making sure the landlord knows their responsibilities, the management company knows their responsibilities, and the tenants get their keys. So do us a favor and don't yell at us.